Imagine standing in front of a crumbling stone wall that has withstood earthquakes, floods, wars, and the march of centuries. Now imagine modern concrete falling apart in just a few decades. How could that be? What secrets did the ancient world hold that we've somehow lost? The truth is, some of the technologies developed thousands of years ago were not only impressive for their time, they were so advanced that modern science is still trying to understand or replicate them. This is not science fiction. These are real artifacts, real inventions, and real mysteries. And today, you're about to discover a world of genius hidden beneath layers of dust, ruins, and forgotten men. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to learn will completely change the way you see history, progress, and maybe even your place in the world. Let's start with a stunning example. Roman concrete. You've probably heard that the Romans built roads, aqueducts, and massive structures like the Colosseum. But what you may not know is that their concrete 2,000 years old is still standing strong today. Meanwhile, many modern concrete buildings crumble in less than 100 years. Roman engineers used volcanic ash mixed with seawater and lime to create a chemical reaction that actually gets stronger over time. Recent studies have found that their concrete can heal itself through a process called autogenous healing. Essentially, it repairs its own cracks using natural minerals. Why can't we replicate this at scale today? We're still trying to decode the exact proportions and reactions. How did they figure this out without any digital technology, computers, or laboratories? That question alone is enough to make you wonder what else they knew that we don't. Now, if you're enjoying this so far, take a second to comment below. Which ancient civilization do you think was the most advanced and why? Now, let us talk about something that seems like it came from a sci-fi novel. The Antikythera Mechanism. This ancient Greek device, discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece has baffled scientists for decades. At first glance, it looks like a lump of corroded metal. But X-rays revealed a complex system of over 30 bronze gears designed to track the movements of celestial moon, planet sand, even predict eclipses. In other words, it's a 2,000-year-old analog computer. Built around 150 BCE, the mechanism is so precise and complex that nothing else remotely like it appeared for over 1,000 years. How did ancient Greeks manage to build something so sophisticated? Who created it? And why was its knowledge lost for so long? That's not the only mystery buried in the past. Have you heard of the Baghdad Battery? Found in Iraq and dating back to around 250 BCE. These clay jars contained copper cylinders and iron rods. Many researchers believe they were used as early batteries capable of producing low-voltage electricity. If true, it means ancient people might have had the knowledge of electroplating, or even simple medical uses involving electrical current centuries before such discoveries were thought possible. But here's the twist. No ancient texts mention them. No one knows for sure what they were used for. Were they just storage vessels, or part of a forgotten science? The lack of documentation has left us with more questions than answers. Speaking of forgotten science, let's jump to ancient India and the Iron Pillar of Delhi, a 1,600-year-old structure made almost entirely of iron that hasn't rusted. In a humid climate like India's, rust should have consumed it long ago, but it didn't. Why? Scientists have found that the iron was exceptionally pure and had a protective layer of phosphorus and oxide that prevents corrosion. This metallurgy is so advanced that it baffles modern engineers. It's almost as if they had knowledge of chemical treatments or environmental design that went beyond mere chance. Now, pause for a moment and think, how many other secrets are out there, still buried beneath centuries of soil, sand, and forgotten ruins? If you're as fascinated by these discoveries as I am, share this video with someone who loves ancient mysteries. Let's spread this curiosity together. One of the most mind-blowing discoveries comes from South America, the Nazca Lines. These enormous geoglyphs carved into the desert floor of Peru are only fully visible from the sky, which has led to countless theories, some sensible, others speculative. Created over 2,000 years ago, the Nazca people etched massive animal shapes, geometric designs, and strange figures into the earth with incredible precision and scale. But why? Without flight, how did they maintain perspective? What was their purpose? Rituals, astronomy, navigation, or something we haven't even guessed? And what about ancient Egyptian medicine? While most people know about their pyramids and mummies, few realize just how advanced their medical knowledge was. Papyrus scrolls like the Ebers. Papyrus contain detailed records of surgical procedures, dentistry, and the use of over 700 plant-based remedies. Some of their treatments, such as the use of honey as an antibacterial agent, are backed by modern science today. Others, like brain surgery and bone setting, show a shockingly advanced understanding of anatomy for their time. It makes you wonder, how did they gain this knowledge? Was it trial and error? Or did they inherit wisdom from an even older civilization? Here's a quick challenge. In the comments below, type "forgotten genius" if you believe humanity has lost more knowledge than we've kept. Now, let's talk about ancient construction techniques that we still don't fully understand. Have you ever heard of the stone spheres of Costa Rica? These massive, perfectly round stones were carved by pre-Columbian civilizations using no modern tools. Some weigh several tons. How did they move them across miles? What purpose did they serve? There are no written records, and the techniques used remain a mystery. Then there is in Peru, a fortress built with stone blocks so precisely cut that not even a blade of grass fits between them. Some of these stones weigh over 100 tons and were placed without mortar. The stones locked together in such a way that they've survived centuries of earthquakes. Again, and of course, we can't ignore the pyramids, not just in Egypt, but around the world. From Mesoamerican step pyramids to Chinese burial mounds, the ability to align massive structures with celestial bodies, to transport huge stones across impossible terrain, and to do so with such enduring precision. It's humbling. If you've made it this far, you read part of the curious few who don't accept the idea that ancient people were primitive just because they didn't have smartphones. You understand that knowledge doesn't always move forward, can be lost, buried, or destroyed. That's why we explore these mysteries. That's why we question. So here is the final question for you. What if the most advanced knowledge of all time existed long before our modern world even began? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Was it coincidence, divine inspiration, or a forgotten science? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who still believes the ancient world was simple or unsophisticated. Because sometimes, the oldest minds held the most brilliant ideas, and maybe, just maybe, it's time we listened to them again.